What is going on YouTube? Third video, the conclusion video of all the foods we talked about. I'm your host, Jay Wilson. Instagram jwill07. So, we talked quite a bit about a few foods. I probably pissed a few of you off, and I'm sorry. I'm not. And the reason why I'm not is because a lot of us, even myself, didn't know a lot about the foods we're using. So, I'm going to talk to you about the foods that I use from now on. And the reason why I use them. Well, I just almost had a spill there. So here's the deal. You can use whatever you want. I'm not telling you to stop using what you're using because it may be working for you. I simply stated fact and what was on the back of what you were using. That's it. I reached out to some of the manufacturers, got some good insight back. Some of them didn't respond. So I did some research myself. Found some things that I didn't like, found some things that I did like. Thera A. I will feed this from now on. New Life Spectrum, I give you kudos for the ingredients that you use in this. So Thera A has become a staple pellet. Everybody knows that I use Ultra Red. Ultra Red has become a staple pellet. I combine these two to make what I call the Ultra Pellet. Gives my fish a nice color, and it also gives them almost like a medicine, if you will, immune system fighting food. The garlic that's inside the Thera A, the garlic that's inside the Ultra Red, the extracts, the vegetable and the fruit extracts that are in there. This is all good for your fish. So I give New Life Spectrum kudos for these two foods. The Super Soft Spirulina Pellets also is an HBH product. I don't believe HBH is in business as far as selling in stores anymore. I believe they sell these to smaller companies put it in their own packaging and then resell them. Blah. There it is. I recommend it. Spirulina is fantastic for your fish. It's easily digestible, and it's a great supplement for your fish. I don't recommend just feeding your fish pellets. You should either be putting some lettuce, some zucchini, cucumber, bloodworms, whatever you're doing, you should be doing it other than just pellets. Now, I was talking to somebody, and they said, I heard a lot about not feeding flakes. They say, oh, don't feed flakes. If you feed flakes, oh, as soon as it hits the water, it does this. And okay. They say don't feed flakes. There was a lot of scientific research that said by feeding flakes, your fish come to the top, and they take in a lot of air. It's true. They do take in a lot of air. So that's why they invented pellets. Pellets sink. When they sink, the fish grab the pellets, they don't take in the air. The birth of pellets came around. That's my take. I'm sticking by that. Prove me wrong, that's fine. That's what I'm sticking to. This is still a good supplement. I don't think you should just feed this, and I don't think you should just feed this. I think it should be a combination. That's why I call it my arsenal. You'll hear me say this in a lot of different videos, posts. I'll say, this is my arsenal. So, when it comes down to it, if you're feeding Omega-1, if you're feeding Hikari, Cobalt, I'm probably leaving some out, Dainichi, if you're feeding any of those foods, you don't have to stop just because I said, what is what or what isn't in it or what should be in it or this is what I think. I've only been doing this a year. But when I do something, my wife tells me I get a little crazy, I may go too much into it, and I start to read, I start to research because I want what's best for what I'm doing because, I want crystal clear water. I want my fish to look the bluest of blues, the reddest of reds. You get the picture. So I search and search and search for the right stuff. I thought New Life Spectrum was the best. I thought Omega-1 was the best. I heard Hikari Gold was the best. Guys, I had all this stuff underneath my tank. I started with a 10-gallon. I had all that stuff. I was spending buku money. trying to find what the best food was. And it took a couple people asking me what I fed before I decided, hey, look, I got to do the research myself to find out before I stop spending $12 here, $18, $20. You know, yourfishstuff.com, cheap food, shipping sends it over the top. So all said and done, from here on out until I either decide to make it myself, which I probably will not ever do that because I have a parrot that freaking takes enough out of us when we decide to cook for him, is I will be feeding Ultra Red, Thera A. This is our own. I already talked about it in the second video. I buy it in a small package because I do supplement together. I feed a flake. And remember, you can medicate the flake. I know Convict does. I know Rizzo does. I'm sure Big Munoz does. I'm sure Dolly VH. I don't know if you do, but I'm going to throw you out there because you've been in the game a while. He may do the same thing. If you don't, I apologize, Mr. Huntington. You may do the same thing. Guys, they sell medicated flakes, and they probably sell it for a crap load of money more than what you can do by buying the medication and then soaking it yourself. And I also recommend having a spirulina pellet. The other thing I may start picking up is seaweed. Seaweed squares, they're cheap. Fish go crazy. You can actually feed them right out of your hand. Again, you should probably be feeding your fish lettuce, zucchini, cucumber, supplementing all these things. You should never be feeding your fish, I can't say it enough, just pellets. If you do feed your fish just a pellet, it should be what you out there in YouTube land, consider the best pellet. Me, it's probably one of these two. You're not going to buy both of them. If you do combine them together, you probably got the best pellet in my opinion. If I'm just going to feed one of them and I'm going to go off a price, it's going to be Thera A. If I'm not worried about price, I'm probably going to go Ultra Red. So that's my take. If you're just going to use a pellet, but fish should never just be fed just a pellet. So that's it, guys. I know I took a lot of your time. I hope it helped. I hope it didn't ruin some of the stock you had underneath your tank, all the money you're spending. It may not change any opinions on anybody. I hope that it enlightens some of you. I hope that if New Life Spectrum comes around and sees one of these videos, that they change their cichlid formula, their basic cichlid formula, and get whole fish in there. I hope Omega-1, Dainichi, Hikari Gold. I hope Cobalt sees this. If you're going to put a product out on the market and you expect consumers to spend top dollar on it, we expect you to put top quality ingredients in it. I mean, it's just like any one of like Kraft, and you guys get the picture. They put a top ingredients in it. They want us to spend $5 on a package of soda. You know, we want it to taste good, yeah, but you know, we want decent ingredients, and that's what the world's coming to. We want it for our fish too, which is kind of sad, you know, now that we're talking about it. So that's it. We want good ingredients. We're going to pay $20 for Ultra Red at Petco. New Life Spectrum got the hint. I'm taking it, and they put whole product in it. I'm not saying that they went to, you know, Antarctica to get the krill. I'm sure they farmed it, but you guys are getting the total picture on this. So enjoy video 1, 2, and 3. Comment, subscribe, hit those buttons, pass it around, and don't hate on me too much if I sent you out to another store to buy something. Because again, I'm not affiliated with any one of these. I've got a bunch of different foods here. I bought all these foods, tried them out. The only one that I didn't try out was Hikari Bio Gold and Cobalt. I wouldn't feed my fish Cobalt for reasons it had clay in it, and the corn, because my fish wouldn't digest it and I didn't want to risk that. I did try Dainichi and I lost some fish. That's the disclaimer. The Hikari Bio Gold, I did try Hikari before, but not the Bio Gold. All the other products I did try. They were in my tank. I did trials of them. I didn't see any major differences other than with Ultra Red. And I feed Thera A specifically to my fry tank, and I supplement these two to both tanks. Thank you so much for tuning in. Rock on and keep watching. Thanks, guys.